I've always been drawn to old antique things. There's something about them that feels alive, like they've soaked up stories over the years. So when I spotted this ornate silver-framed mirror at a thrift shop, I couldn't resist. It was a little tarnished, and the glass had this smoky, distorted tint, but that only added to its charm. The shopkeeper hesitated when I brought it to the counter. He gave me this odd look and muttered something about its history, but I just smiled and handed him the cash. I told myself he was probably trying to spook me into paying more. That night, I hung the mirror in my bedroom, right above my dresser. It looked perfect, like it belonged there. I spent a few minutes admiring it before crawling into bed. As I lay there scrolling through my phone, I heard a faint creak. My eyes darted to the mirror, and for a moment, my heart skipped a beat. My reflection. It wasn't right. I wasn't smiling, but the reflection was. Just barely a faint curl of the lips that felt almost mocking. I sat up, blinking, and when I looked again, it was gone. My reflection moved normally, mimicking me perfectly. I let out a shaky laugh. I must be imagining things, I whispered to myself. I turned off the light and tried to sleep. At some point in the night, I woke up. The room was silent, but something felt wrong. My eyes went straight to the mirror, and my stomach dropped. In the faint glow of the moonlight, I saw my reflection sitting up in bed, staring at me. I wasn't moving. I couldn't breathe. Slowly, I reached for the lamp and turned it on. The reflection instantly snapped back to normal, lying down just like me. My pulse thundered in my ears. Shaking, I grabbed a blanket and threw it over the mirror. The next morning, I called the thrift shop. My voice cracked as I asked about the mirror. The shopkeeper sighed deeply. That mirror, he began. It belonged to a woman who swore it showed her possibilities, choices she didn't make. But over time, it started showing her things she never did, things she wouldn't do. She said it had a mind of its own. I felt a chill creep up my spine. That night, I decided to get rid of it. I couldn't sleep knowing it was in the room. I walked over to the dresser, hesitated, and slowly pulled the blanket off. My blood ran cold. My reflection wasn't under the blanket. It wasn't there at all. I stared in disbelief until something shifted. My reflection stepped out from the glass, its hollow eyes locking onto mine. The last thing I remember is its hand pressing against my face, pulling me into the cold, suffocating darkness.